Greetings, everybody. Welcome. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. And today we are going. I hope I got the titles right. We are going from in the Fenix A320 from Quebec in Canada. Yes, they had a word update from Canada to Toronto City, and I've just literally loaded the new traffic program, which is called. Bear with me for a moment. It's gone now. It's a very awkward acronym, I have to admit. FSLTL, Traffic Injector, is the new one. You're probably watching videos about it already. So I just run it. Yeah, let's see, right? It's been on for maybe 4 or 5 minutes now, and it injected all these aircraft parked at the gate, which looks, I don't know. I have not been to Canada Air Transit. I suppose there's Canadian. That's definitely a Canadian aircraft. Why don't I have that livery? So there's lots of Canadian aircraft in here. Now, it's been on only for 5 minutes. I don't see anyone taxiing around. But maybe it's just too early. But I have got the injector and all that kind of stuff. And yes, I have changed my traffic settings and all that kind of stuff. Now, I have to say to you, look at the off of the distance there. Look at the kind of haze. It looks really good. Doesn't that look superb? And this is just a standard airport. So that looks pretty good. But there are aircraft at the gate, but I can't see anyone landing or taking off. Do the tags work? We'll see. No, the tags aren't working. But yeah, that looks pretty good. But it did inject the right aircraft, at least at the gates. So let's start up. Let's get ready. I'm going to try some new stuff here now. Well, not necessarily new stuff, but we'll see what injects and what happens with the traffic. It's not a very busy airport, I'd imagine. So here we are in the Air Canada livery. Happy days. There we go. And let me just get the chat window open there. Forgive me, I'm going to make a little 5-minute intro thing. I'm sure you'd appreciate that. No problem waiting for 2 minutes for people to come on board. Let me know your comments. I hope you're all had a good week so far. I can't believe it's Friday already. It's been a long week. It has been a long week. There we go. And there we go here. So, and we need to do this. It should make you work hard, don't they? And we need to do that. Great. Happy days. So I hope you're all doing well. Let's have a look if there's anyone in the chat so far. Let's have a look at Twitch first. Let me just expand that window there. 12 viewers. DCS Ducks is here, as always. DCS Ducks. We hail you. We hail you. Any chance of an IFR flight in a GA aircraft? I might do that after this run, actually. Remind me, DCS Ducks, yeah? Remind me, and we'll do a VFR flight somewhere. An IFR flight in a GA aircraft. Yeah, okay, I can do that. I'll do the old school stuff at some point. But my main thing for this channel, as you know, is to get the Airbus, happy with the Airbus. So I'm trying something new today. Usually I spend ages trying to plan it and figure out how to plan it, but I think I may have figured it out. So do bear with me, DCS Stocks. That will happen. All sorts of things will happen. All sorts of different flights. I can't do the Airbus every day. I'll probably just do it in the mornings. I just wanted to do it today because I've discovered something new. So we have the FSLTL traffic mod here. It's free. Happy days. So let's see how that works out. Is there anything I need to do there? Do I need to start it or something? Anything else? No, it's working. I can see the other aircraft. Okay, let's get the chat up here on YouTube. Let's have a look and see what you're saying, boys and girls. Oh, that was just me talking there a minute ago. Okay, I'm going to expand the window and everything. I need a. We'll see how the streaming goes. Now, where's the chat though? There it is. Clappy D's with us in cars. Good morning for you, Clappy D. Yeah, he's saying hello to in car. Mike on YouTube is back with us. Mike, welcome back again. Clappy D says in car. Your training, did they show up? He's asking in car in your training. Did they show the guy being sucked into the engine? Oh yeah, I see that one. We won't talk about that. Shuffle Shoes is on as well. Hello, how are you? And Big Al's flying. Excellent. Do we have a flight plan? I do. So this is something, I'm taking a bit of a risk here because I spent about an hour trying to figure this out before this week. So let's see. I do have a flight plan. Where is it? I've got so many windows open here. It's just not funny. Where are you? Well, sim brief. Sim brief. There we go. How do people do this on monitor? I will never know. Now I've got the chat so we can communicate quite well. Now, okay, so yeah, so I've used Flight Sim Brief, okay, and I said this morning, you probably weren't, maybe some of you weren't around this morning. I can get the route. I've been getting the route, but the departure and the arrivals I've been having difficulty with. And someone said, they said, well, you know, it's in Sim Brief, and I'm going, no, it's to myself. I'm going, no, it's not, because it's not loading it into the aircraft. But it doesn't load it into the aircraft. You've got to put it in yourself. And it's actually displayed here, as far as I'm aware. I hope I'm right. Where is it now? Please God. There it is. Right. So we're leaving 24 direct. That's okay. We're going direct. I fixed that. But then at the end here, there's my hope there. That's my approach there for 26. So we're leaving runway 24, arriving 26. And there's the approach there. So let's check that out. So, okay. So let's get into the cockpit and get rocking and rolling. Everything's switched off. Arrive, commence boarding. Dismiss. Okay, so why is that so low? I just had that. The actual... It seems to me very dark there, doesn't it? Panel states? No, I don't want that. I hear some engine starting up. Can you hear that? It did say it does have all the sounds. It's this one. So it is. He's getting ready to start, I think. Oh, it's gone a bit crazy there. Anyway, I heard engine starting. Let's go back in. Now, I want this to be units cabin. Oh, let's leave it for the moment. Okay, so GPU is attached. Okay, let's get the batteries. Let's get our flight plan in first, right? So batteries should be on. 1 and 2. External power is already connected. On. Great. Let me see those screens flashing, please. Good. We're not getting a bug like we did the other day. Happy days. Let's get our little friend here stable. Why aren't the screens loading up? See, this happened to me before. I did move the aircraft, and I don't see what that should cause that bug. See, the screens just don't load sometimes. That's very frustrating for me. That is incredibly frustrating. Don't move your aircraft, Gripperson. Maybe that's why that happens. It just won't load up. So I know that's a problem because they should be up by now. So let's just come out of it again and start it again. It's very frustrating. It won't take a second though. This is what happens. This is why I have everything ready before we start. I think I'll do that in future. It won't take long, and we'll just get set up at the gate. I think if you move your aircraft in any way, shape, or form, you're in trouble. You're in a little bit of trouble. The only thing with this traffic loading system is I don't know which gate. That's it. Go back. I don't know which gate is empty. You know, there could be another aircraft there. So let's try this now. Let's have a look at the chat while that's loading. Just reading the F-35. Okay. Okay, just chatting amongst yourselves there on YouTube. Who is with us there? DCS Ducks. Okay, did I mention who's with us on YouTube? I think I did. Yeah. Copy D in car. Mike on YouTube. There we go. Here we go. Here we go. Now, let's get this puppy powered up first. Do I have to load the traffic in again? If it's a question of having to load the traffic every time you start the sim, I'm not going to use it because it's too much hassle. Now, I have to say to you, Microsoft said they're going to be doing all these things. You know, remember all the videos I put out and they were saying, yeah, we're going to have this, that, and the other. All these things are going to happen. And does third parties having to do it, really? Do you know? So does anyone have any idea why these screens aren't loading up? I got a bug here of some description. Anyone know why the screens aren't loading up? Could it be the livery? You see, they're not loading up. So you have to reload the traffic again. You know, it's just too much to do. There's a whole lot of other stuff I've got to do. Maybe if I switch the nav off and on again. Do you know? That's an awful shame. No, the screens aren't showing anything at all. I think it might be the livery, folks, possibly. So that's a little bit of a bug. That happened to me before the other day, didn't it? So that's a bit of a bug with the Fenix. I also updated the Fenix there, just there now as well today. So that could be a bit of a problem. Let's change the livery and discover something. Maybe I'll save some of you a lot of time. So I'm going to change the livery back to the Fenix livery. All the liveries, yes, they're all updated. Let me kick this off one more time when we get going. Boom. Change the livery. Use the Fenix livery. Okay. Close. Depart here. And fly. Very displeasing, I have no doubt. What's all this then, Vruden the Great? Vruden the Great, I'm streaming a little bit more during the week, is what's happening. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. The first stream is at 11 o'clock in the morning Irish time, and the second stream is 5 o'clock in the evening time Irish time. And then, of course, Sundays as always. Sundays won't change. Yeah, so I just started to stream. A little bit more time for me now, unfortunately, in the winter time. So I'm going to give this a lash. So don't forget to hit that like button. Yeah, I think in future what I'll do is I'll just have everything started up. Oh. What is that? What is that? Okay, let's switch the batteries on. I think we may have hit a bug after the update. I think I may have made an error. Updating stuff all the time, folks. Can be very. I should see these flashing, and they are flashed. They did flash. Please work. Please work. No. These ones are working. Nothing here though. If anyone has an idea, let me know. Oh my god. The lights were turned down. The lights were turned down after the update. Oh my god, that's me. Now I feel like a right idiot because all the lights were on and I updated it. And now all the lights are off. So there you go, folks. There wasn't a bug at all. I'm so displeased. I don't know what to tell you. Okay, so we're good. We're starting up. Oh, give me some lights here, please. Oh, I can't reach it. There we go. Now we've got something. Okay, so we're good. So now I have to go to the whole situation of turning on all the lights. What a pain in the neck. What a pain, isn't it? So let's get all those lights on. Let's get that armrest out of the way. Where else is there lights, folks? Up above there are some lights as well. I'm going to get every light I can find working. We want some atmosphere in here. There's another light I'm missing. I know there's another one. I know there is definitely another one. Let's turn on these ones down here. It's just that we're in the shade here at the moment in the airport. I can see the chat flying up. I'm going to read those now in a second. Sorry, folks. Let's get this flight plan done and I'm going to read the comments, okay? Can I make that any brighter? No. Too much sun coming in the window. Okay. Let's load up our flight plan. We need to go to Fenix here. We need to import our flight from SimBrief, which I've just... Okay, don't worry about the time. There we go. And all good so far. Now let's go to the FMC. There's got to be lights in this guy as well. There's some more lights. That's all bright. That's all bright. Okay, so FMC. I say that's a rookie mistake for people first starting the Airbus, you know, doing their line training. Oh, the screens aren't working. And the captain comes in and just turns up the lights. How embarrassing is that? In it, let's load our flight plan. Please load. Please don't make me come out into the main menu again. I got a bing bing. Big Al's flying is followed. Big Al's flying, thank you. And I'm sorry that... Why didn't that... Everything is going wrong here. That should be a lot bigger. Let's make you a bit bigger there. The first bing bing, I call it the bing bing. The first notification never shows who you are. So you're very brave. There we go, we got our flight plan. Let's go into the flight plan now and sort that out. So our departure is direct. So, oh yeah, I've got to get the... Now, if you don't want to wait to the Fenix for this to align, you don't have to wait a half an hour. All you do is switch them off. Or on and off. Off, 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 on. Doesn't matter which sequence, I don't know what that is about. There, you see? It's all powered up and ready to go. Now, where was I? Okay, so let's get the plan organized here. Let's zoom out a bit. Our departure is, I have a graph up here. I'm just showing what I do in the before the stream. Where is it? So many screens. There we go. Our departure is 24 direct. 24. And it's just giving me direct. So let's see what that gives us. That seems to match up there. Great, that's matching up. Let's zoom in a little bit just to make sure there's no discontinuities there. Okay, oh there it is, yeah. So we want to go direct here to Yankee, Quebec, Bravo. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete the discontinuity, and I found out how to do that. You hit clear first, then hit flight plan continuity, and if I remember correct, was it fix info? No, it wasn't fix info. Delete flight plan discontinuity. Is it offset? No. Clear flight plan discontinuity. Temporary erase. No, let's flight plan. Let's go back here. Oh, erase. No. Clear flight plan continuity and insert. I don't erase means I don't renew. There we go. We joined it up. So let's scroll out a little bit and let's just check that until our destination. So we need to step 1, 2, no. Boop, 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 boop. And that takes us to Navi or an Ivy. So I need to add my approach. So here's the approach here, these two here. So that's what I was missing, and that's what was confusing the hell out of me. So let's get our approach going. So our arrival, we're arriving into 26 ILS, I'd like please. Is there no ILS for 2.6? Please tell me this is an ILS for 2.6. Going down in trouble. I don't know how that's going to work now. ILS 08. Okay, localizer 2.6 it is then. Let's see how that works. And we want ILIXU1. That's what it tells me. And a transition of ChemV. This one. Insert that. Now let's have a look. That should all be joined up. Boom, 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 boom. One, boom, boom, and there we go, and we go. Great. So that was my problem all along, folks. So I just wanted to show you that. So it'll give you the departure and arrival. It just doesn't put it into the flight management computer. So I know some of you are quite advanced with this by now, and you probably know all this. There's no ILS, so I don't know how I'm going to manage that. Let's see how that works, and you can tell me on the way. Now, let's load up the traffic again, shall we? Do you want to see how that works? I'm going to load up the traffic, so when we get there, at least we've got some traffic. So there's nothing here. You got to switch off all the traffic. So I'm going to zoom out for you. And we're going to load in the traffic with this new program that's out for free. It's in the fly-by-wire downloader, believe it or not. So I'll minimize that screen there. I want to get that out of the way. I want to... Where is it? There it is. Come on, fly-by-wire. So there's our fly-by-wire. Okay, so it stopped. I think I stopped and started again. Stop. The injector. Confirm. Okay, so now I'm going to start the injector again. Start. So apparently... Oh yeah, I've got to do all this stuff. I'll just put yes here. So don't want to change the defaults. Okay, let's do that. So max active I4 aircraft. I put 55. Oh, it saved the last one. Max VA4 aircraft was 10. That's handy, so I just press return all the way through it. Additional parked aircraft. I just put 0. Blocked aircraft removal time. So if they get a bit finicky, I left it to 15 intervals of 30 seconds. Okay, so I've got about 30 there. So that if it's a bug and they're stuck on the runway, they'll just disappear. I don't know what that is. And there we get started. So it's going to start injecting all the aircraft. Okay, it'll take a minute or so, I'd say. Let's get that little window open again here. Injection started. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. There's someone in the F-16. Happy days. Now we'll see them all coming down here. I've only done this is the second time I've done this. Right, it's only the second time I've done this. It is a pity that it is. You just can't have it integrated into the flight sim. There's a lot of stuff I have here. The Fenix. I have all sorts of different add-ons that are not a lot there. Is there anything there in? It's taking a while to do it. Well, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll go in and we'll start up and we'll see if anything's out there, right? Okay, checklist time. Okay, so controls. Let me just check my physical controls here. Let's have a quick look at the chat. There's probably been some chats there going on. I'll have a look at... No, I can't see that way. Let's see if one comes in here. Let's get the chat up here. Oop. Oop. I definitely need another TV. Okay. The probe. I tried the injector there yesterday and it worked, but with the big drop in performance and eventually crashed. Might have been a coincidence, I don't know. That's the probe. STEPROB. Welcome, by the way. That's the probe. Lonely Reaper, how are you doing? DCS Dux is with us as well. On YouTube then. I just skipped. I've missed a few comments there. Hey Grip, says In-Car. Have you ever been in the position where you had to give the rump steak to producer buttons and you were stuck with a tin of baked beans? I don't know what that means though. I don't get it. Why don't I get it? Have you ever been in the position where you had to give a rump steak to producer buttons? Oh, you mean, yeah, probably steak and beans. But Buttons eats actually very well. She eats very, very well. Is she there? Yeah, there she is. Might just as well grab a proper livery now. Yes. My God, it wasn't the livery, it was me. The lights weren't turned up. Bloody hell. Because I've updated the damn thing. Of course, Wheels Up is laughing at me because, yeah. Rude and Great, I only give SimFan a hard time about that because, oh, you're chatting amongst each other there, okay. So, Rude and the Great is saying, one of the best flights I ever did was with Gripper over the Alps. The Fireflies did an air show around us for about 2 hours. I got to watch it VR. Yeah, that was great. The Fireflies used to be, I think they're still about. They're a aerobatic team, you know. So nothing's loading in here. That's one of ours, that aircraft backing up there, and so is the jet. So nothing's loading up. So, you know, do I really want to go through that hassle every time? Do you know, I'd like to have traffic. I might have to find something else, but it's just not really working very well. Do I have to restart the sim again and all this kind of stuff? No time for that. I have no time for that. There's a lot of stuff here, but not a lot of traffic here, you know. So who knows what's going on? Let's just continue on and we'll find out as we go. Okay, checklist. Parking brake is set. Just make sure set, down, boo. Make sure my controls are working. The tents are all working. Good. Wipers off, spoilers are retracted, engine masters are both off. Engine mode selector is set to normal, thrust reversers are idle, flaps are retracted, anti-skid is on, anti-skid is up here, it's on by default. Landing gear is checked down, and yes it is. Fuel quantity good, so we're going to do that in a minute now. Battery 1 or 2 is already set on, external power is already on, strobe lights onto auto. On you go. ADRS is already aligned. CPU fire engine test, okay, I've done that. Instruments display brightness set. Okay, if I see more. Oh, is there one here? Here we go. No, there's another light somewhere. This is the experimental version, by the way, of the. Sorry, this is the. I updated the Fenix. Instrument seatbelt signs on. Let's put those on. Smoking signs go on as well. Seatbelt signs on. No smoking sign. Emergency exit signs on. That's this big button here. And I love the way it automates us putting out. Oh great. MCD setup. So let's get that set up. So first is init page 1. Flight number 001 will do. Cost index, I'm going to go 88. Cruise flight level should be in the flight plan, and I'm going to change it to. Oh, we'll go 20,000 feet for the moment. We might get some eye candy. Flight plan, we already checked the flight plan, that's good. RadNav, that's already good as well. Init page 2, let's go to init page 2. Our gross weights, let's load the aircraft up, it won't take a second. Mass and balance, let's load the aircraft. As per flight plan, 162 passengers, load the aircraft, let's make it instant. Boom, we've got quite a few passengers on board. Boarding complete. We've got 60.1 we'll say, and 31.1. 60.1, there goes the gate heading off there now. Happy days. So 60.1 and 31.1. 60.1 and 31.1 for the CFG. Boom. Let's get our fuel planning on board. That's going to put in our block fuel now in a second, I hope. Next is, that's 4.5, great. Performance, let's have a look at the performance page here. We need to get our V-speeds in. Our V-speeds are going to be on our departure performance. Come on, let's go. Let's move it along. Let's resync the load sheet and the weather. That's going to calculate the V-speeds for us. Come on. 135, 140 and 140. 135 and 140. 1354 V1. 140 for VR. And 140 for takeoff safety speed. To shift flaps, we're going to have 1 and also our trim. I need to look at this. It's very dark. Down 0.2, DN 0.2. Do I put DN 0.2 there? Will I put 0.2 or minus 0.2? I don't know how that actually goes in. No, it's not the correct format. Flaps 1, DN 0.2. Let's try it one more time. Yay! Now how do I move the trim wheel? It's because it won't move. I can't move the trim. So that's... Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't mess things up. So I don't know how to move the trim wheel. Pity. Predicted wind shear, maybe it's automatic, probably is. Predicted wind shear, we don't have. Cockpit doors closed and locked. Barometric pressure set. The Q and H here is, let's go back out here and get our weather at the Q and H. Actually, it's easier for me to get it on my phone because I don't have to go back and forth. Performance. Okay. Where was I there? Okay, so. So we need weather. I guess the real world weather. It's going to match up. It's Charlie Yankee Quebec Bravo. The Q&H is. Come on, Q&H please. Interesting, I haven't read that before. 1026 hectopascals. 1026 watts. 1026 twice. 1026 twice. Yep. There we go. That's that done. Let's move it along. VO or VDF, we're not using PCDU altitude. We need to set our altitude. Transition altitude, I'm just going to say 5,000 feet, okay? Oh no, it's 10,000, isn't it? I'm just going to assume it's the same as America, forgive me. Speed set, it's all going to be managed. IRS alignment, that's all done. EFIS fine, arc 10 nautical miles, okay, fine. EFIS, we'll do that for you. EFIS arc 10 nautical miles. And flight directors are both on. 1 on 2. I gotta check everything next to the update. And startup procedures, APU master on and APU starter. Let's go and start the engines. APU master on. Let's get rid of those cones, folks. Let's get rid of all those cones. But first, actually, let's get the... yeah, well, you know, you would remove the cones because they're going to get sucked into the engines, aren't they? You know? Really. Let's get the APU started. APU master on. And start. Let's have a look at that. There it is. Ah, okay, they've changed that now, so it's gone automatically to this screen. Great. So that's going to start up now. Oxygen crew supply is on. Passengers is not working. Let them suffer. No, it's just not allocated into the sim. It's not programmed yet into the sim. Fuel pumps are on. Air conditioning. Let's turn that down a little bit because it makes an awful lot of noise. Pack flow, I think that will do it. Navigation lights on. Let's put the nav and logo. Once the APU started, APU bleed. Let's have a look at the APU. It's kicking off. Let's have a look outside and a listen. We've got no traffic. So the traffic thing, I'm not impressed with, so I'm not going to use that anymore. No time for fecking around. No time for fliff-flaffing around. Maybe we'll do it on the way, I don't know. There we go, that's the APU kicking off. Let's turn our view for engine start. Ooh, oh, what's this? See the smoke? What is this? What is that? That looks really good. And I can't get the tags up. Oh, I can't get the tags up. There's DCS Stocks and red cap. That looked very, very good. Is that the traffic loading in? But there's no one parked here. Maybe that is the traffic. Maybe just no one's parked at the gate. That was really cool. That got me by surprise. So I'm happy. Very good. Okay, so where was I going to go next? APU master is on. Crew oxygen supply. I just switched that on. Fuel pumps are on. External power. This is the bit when I get nervous. External power. Which is first though? APU bleed is first. External power off. Happy days. Beacon light on. We're going to start the engines. Beacon, 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 beacon. Oh, thank you, in-car, saying to give everyone give me a like. Yeah, like the videos if you could, please. I would appreciate it. That would be great. Beacon on. Okay, let's push back and start the engines, folks. Mr. Tugman. Let's get rid of the ground power unit. Go away, you. Ground power unit. Let's get the tug. Connect the tug. There's the tug moving in there. I was very impressed with that aircraft taking off. That looked really cool. Give it time to connect. Now, it would be nice for them to say, you know, put park and brake on, put park and brake off, all that kind of stuff. Because otherwise you just kind of leave without it. Let's not wait around. Park and brake off. And let us start the pushback. We want to go to our left, I think. I better be right. I better be right. There's web cap waiting. And we've got an escort. An F-16. DCS Stocks is the F-16 King, folks. Let's now start to turn. Let's turn to that side. And let's kick off engine number 1. Let's turn the engines to start. We're going to start engine number 2. There we go. Let's have a look outside. Oops. What's this one? There you go. Let's stop that. Push back now. Stop. Push back, please. Park and brake is now on. Disconnect the tug. Bye bye, Mr. Tugman. We will see you soon. There he goes. There he goes. We got Tommy Lee Crab with us as well. In-car and DCS Stocks and Red Cap will be following along. That's great. Bye bye, Mr. Tugman. Park and brake now is off. Both engines are... Oh, I thought I switched engine number 1 on. I didn't. APU bleeds on. Oh, it's kicking off. It's kicking off. It's kicking off, folks. There we go. Very nice. Good. Let's go back to our checklist. APU bleed, engine mode selected back to normal. APU bleed to switch off. APU bleed. I will switch off the APU. APU is now off. Autopilot set. Let's just double check that I have that handwritten in there. Okay, where is all the lights? I just want to light this place up a little bit, folks. And you know what you believe in it when you know where all the lights are. Bright, 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 bright. What's this for? Footwells, okay. I need to brighten this place up, folks. It was much brighter. There's a switch here, and I know for the brightness. I'm furious that I can't put my eyes on it for the lights. The lights are very important. Overhead lights are, you know, it's just not as bright as it was. Okay. Alright, I presume it's just the update, maybe. Transponder, no. Probe window heat. Yeah, let's put it on the probe window heat. This is happening while they're moving. I can't do the two, you know, I can't do it whilst transfer taxi. Probe window heat. Spoilers arm. And we want to get our brakes as well. Spoilers are now armed. Flaps set to 1. Let's get a lot of stuff out of the way. And auto brake. And you have it on medium. Okay, max only, I guess. That's only the ground, as someone was just saying earlier on. And auto brake set, nose light to taxi. All these lights, man. All these lights. Taxi, which it is. Runway turn off lights on. Park and brake off. Weather radar on. There's no real weather. Oh, there is a weather radar here, but I haven't figured out how to use it. Let's go to system 1. Chrono start. Takeoff config to press. That's it. Takeoff config. And memo check green. Memo is green. Let's start the chrono then, and let's go. There we go. There's the clock. Where's the clock? There it is there. Okay. Let's rock and roll. Let's start doing some taxiing. Gee, if you don't mind. You don't mind? Oh dear. Oh dear. I'm taking it from my 24 now. I turned the wrong way. I turned the wrong way. So let's turn around and go for runway 24. Isn't it 24? Yes, it was 24. Okay, let's whip her around here. Just use the left engine only. A little bit of the right. Full rudder. All good. Oh, I've done that again. Oh, okay. Oh, maybe they've improved the taxiing. I got a little bit ahead of myself there. Or should I say the rudder controls, because it was very difficult earlier on. Let's see if we get some taxi instructions. Oh, keep going. Adding a little bit more power. The Raphael, are you with us, I wonder? Come on. Now, before I updated it, it would run quite well taxiing with idle power once you get it moving. But I wonder if they fixed the pitch. If you remember, well, if you watched me the last few days, I'd go to rotate and nothing would really happen. And I'd thump it into the ground. Is that like the real thing? I don't know. I don't really honestly know. I'm going to leave a little bit of power on because we're going quite slow. From here, I can't actually see the dial. 26%, okay. There we go, happy days. That must be the AI traffic, or the actual traffic. So the traffic on this system I'm using, it takes it from, what's it called? The real live traffic data, effectively. And you can see it on your apps there to see airport traffic. Within reason. It's not going to be 100%, but what are you going to do? So check the flaps are down. Yeah. Let's have a think about what I'm going to do in a takeoff. I'm going to take off full power. I'm going to go to flex this time, as you were saying, guys. Not toga. Take the gear up. And after taking the gear up, I want to make sure that I set the throttle back to climb. Otherwise, I'll break the speed limit of 250 knots, no? And take the flaps up at the correct speed so it doesn't cause havoc, as it will in the Airbus, you know. So we're all good. Let's just say we're clear. Does anyone come in? No, it's gone. Now let's see if they've changed. Let's see if they've changed the taxi, because I found it very difficult on a steep turn. I'll tell you the flight time now. It's about an hour and a half, I think. or less. It's probably, we'll see now in a minute. Wait, when I pass 2,000 feet, it should give you, it should give you an ETA, and let's hope that works. Let's confirm real live time and real live weather. No. No, it's oh, I came in and out now a few times, folks. Real time, real weather. Okay, it'll kick in now in a minute. Let us put on our transponder. Transponder to standby. You should be doing that. Enter and onto the runway. Very good. We got our lights. We're successfully connected now to the weather. Let's get our landing lights on. Strobe is on auto. And what else do we have? Nose light to take off. Why do you have this nose light business? It's infuriating. Takeoff, TCAS on, and transponder on, that's so good. Auto brake on, takeoff config. Okay, let's take off to flex. Let's rock and roll, shall we? Okay, let's go. 1, 2, and that's flex. Oh, it's telling me to go toga. It told me to go toga, so I'm going toga. Okay, at least I remembered. The computer told me to go toga. Okay, 80 knots now, we just passed. $120 knots. And rotate. You want to rotate. 15 degrees, please, no more. Positive rate of climb, gear up. Let's follow the flight director. Oh God. Microsoft. Now my mouse is gone. Microsoft, I'm going to shoot you. Why me? Why Microsoft? Why do this to me? Why would you start this nonsense? I have... Okay. Oh my God, that does my head in. Back to climb. Stops up. Why would it do that? Why? Let's get the autopilot up. No, it's not going to come out because we're not on profile. That is infuriating. Flaps are up. Let's increase speed, please. 15 degrees. That's enough. Passengers are screaming. Autopilot on now. It's going to intercept, I hope. Flaps are up. We're accelerating. Calibrate null zones. Oh, I thought I just did that. Let me just make sure we have climb set. Is it reading climb speed? Yes, thrust climb is set, and we've got flight directors on, and we're all good to go. Alright, folks. That was infuriating. Let's have a look outside for us and my candy. That was pretty infuriating. That messed up my departure no end. It took away my mouse. There's DCS Ducks Lonely Reaper. The Raffles 006, welcome. Red Cap and in-cars following along as well. Let's just check our after takeoff checklist. Here's some flaps up, spoilers disarm. Thrust set, autopilot set, nose light off. Look at the lights. Nose light off. Nav lights. Runway lights off. After takeoff checks complete then. I said 5,000 feet. Or 10,000 feet in this part of the world, isn't it? For standard. So we're climbing good. We're back on profile now. And we are a little bit too fast. According to this, it should be 220. I don't know. But we're climbing up to 10,000 feet. I'm going to tell you now how long that's going to take. 394 nautical miles, so about an hour and a half. Let's see what it's saying up at the screen. So we should have real world weather here. Let me just double check that for you. Yeah, it's all stuck there now. Great. Okay, so we've got the real world weather. So those times there above, it says 1811 is, sorry, it says the time is 16:48. ETA is 1811 Zulu. 1810 Zulu now. So just over an hour. A bit over an hour, isn't it? An hour and a half or so. And to shorten that, folks, what I'm going to do is I'm going to increase the cost index. I'm going to put it to 99. Let's see if that accelerates. It probably will in the cruise. It's only for the cruise. Just I can't go above 2. Oh, it is. It's going up now anyway. Because we're 10,000 feet now. Let's continue climbing up. So we're cleared now, let's say, to 20,000 feet. And we want standard. I think I should have put standard first. Damn you. Standard once, standard twice, and I'll leave the standby. Barometric set above 10,000 feet. Anti-ice is required. Safety belt signs off. So let's switch off the safety belt signs off. Good. Cruise. We're not on the cruise yet. So let's get some mic handy and have a look at a bit of the chat, shall we? One last check. We're all good. Oh no, it's not climbing to 20,000 feet. Let's say we've gone up to 30,000 feet here. 30,000 feet, and we want to put it into managed mode. There it is. We're going to start climbing now, and we're climbing in managed mode. Everything's done. Let's sit back and have a cup of coffee and talk about, you know, airline stuff. That's what they do. I would imagine. I would imagine. Canada, folks. Obviously a very clear day in Canada. Is it though? No, in Quebec it's giving a few clouds of 10,000 feet. Oh, it is clear. It's kind of okay, looks like to me. A few clouds of 25,000 feet, so it is clear. Yeah, it's no problem in Quebec. I'm going to get the weather ready for Toronto. Just so I have it, the weather in Toronto is wind is 230 at 10 knots. Visibility is 48 kilometers, so clouds, few clouds of 10,000 feet, few clouds of 25,000 feet in Quebec. So it's nice there as well. QNH 1026. So Canada's having a good time. You know, with the weather, not like Florida. Or Ireland for that matter. We're always like Florida here. You know. So it wasn't the livery. Let's have a look at the chat. I'll just take my face off there for a bit, if I may. There we go. So the ETA looks accurate, folks. That ETA up there looks correct. So just over an hour and a half. I've increased the index speed, so hopefully we'll accelerate once we level off. Okay, so check this down for a minute, and I can relax now that we're on our way. Let's check our traffic program. I'm never going to remember that. Why didn't they call it something like, you know, traffic, you know, fast traffic, or God knows anything. So here's what it's loaded in so far. Oh, there's more now. There's a lot more now. I think I heard they have contrails. Okay, so it's loading stuff in. Good-o. Look at all here. That's Quebec. Sorry, that's... yeah, that's Quebec. Charlie Yankee. Quebec Bravo, yeah. It's loads of stuff in Quebec. So I think it's loading. If you know anything about it or anything I should be doing, let me know. So, let's go back up here and have a look at the chat on Twitch first. Sorry about that, folks. We're doing our first turn there. Great. There's the weather there, look. Lonely Reaper's joined us. Thank you, Lonely Reaper. DCS Ducks saying hello to Lonely Reaper. Redeemed highlighted message. Greetings, Defar DJDAVYP3. I can't make that out. I'll call you Defar if that's okay. Welcome, Defar. He says, it's Friday, woohoo. Yes. It is. I'll be working hard at this during the week, so I'll be, there's lots of stuff I've got to do during the week there. So I will be enjoying Fridays a great deal. Let's have a look outside for something I can do. Look at the mist there, look at that. That is cool. That is really cool. Also, we have first time chat from Big Al's Fly. Big Al, welcome. He says, hey guys, what server are you on? We're always on the North European server, Big Al's Fly. It's always the North European server. We're on Discord as well, just look Gripper Sim. If someone's online there, they can put the link there, that'd be great. So that's good. We also have... Oh, Lonely Reaper answered you already. Thanks, Lonely Reaper. Everyone's very friendly here, you'll notice. At the Discord and our little gang of crazy people. You know? So it's nice. Okay, so let's have a look at the YouTube chats now. There's quite a lot of you in YouTube, actually. I'm scrolling up here to get to where was I when I first started. There's a few hellos. Big Ass Flag says, can we download the flight plan from anywhere? Still getting used to them. So usually upload to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Yeah, there's a few different ways, but what I'm using, what the real hardcore guys seem to use is SimBrief. It's free. And then you can, as you saw me there, I could upload it into the tablet if you got to us, and it's quite easy. But understanding the flight planning, I had a bit of difficulty with it. It is tricky, and I wonder will I go to that process every time, because there's a lot of people. I think, folks, I should be, every time I stream the Airbus, I think I'll just make it so everyone will understand what's going on. No one gets left behind, kind of thing. So Big Al's flying, you're going to come to the right place. There's lots of YouTube videos on it. Okay, it's a steep learning curve, but it's the reward is at the end, and it's a bigger reward than playing Space Invaders or Call of Duty or whatever you like, you know. Now also this traffic add-on, I can see in the background a contrail. So apparently they've added contrail with that. I wish they gave it a proper name. Anyway. Copy D says, Gripper, did you reset the knobs overhead? Knobs overhead. It's the contrail there. Can you see it? See the contrail there? Look. That is so cool. You know? So maybe this traffic thing is very, very good. I like that. That's really interesting. Reset the knobs overhead. You mean by the... Did you mean these guys? I did reset them because you don't have to wait for half an hour. It's just a little cheat. Are you referring to the lights, maybe? Overhead lights. Where's the overhead lights? There it is. There it is. It's full. Okay, it was much brighter before. They've obviously done some work on the Fenix. It updated something. I know there was an update shortly after the update 10. We're now 20,000 feet. I think we'll go to 30. Let's get there quickly. Oh no, hang on. What the hell? It stopped at 20. Is that a restriction? I didn't put my constraints on. Very bold. Oh, do you know what I didn't do? I set it to 30,000 feet, but I didn't put it into manage mode. Now we'll start climbing up to 30,000 feet, folks. There we go. Up we go. As you can see, we're cruising very fast now, because I put the index up to, let's go to init here. 99, there it is. Cost index to 99. Good. Flying ramp pagers. Is this flying ramp pagers? Welcome to madness. I'm delighted you joined, and I'm delighted to think it's worthwhile. It certainly will be if you're new to the Airbus like I am. Okay. Speaking of which, I just mentioned I should explain everything I'm doing. The cost index is run by the computer. So let's say if I put that at 5 now, right, we'll slow down in the cruise. Now it's not going to slow down in the climb, but it would slow down the cruise. So I'm going to leave that at 99, and we'll do that when we get to the cruise. You'll see the aircraft will slow down, so it'll burn less fuel. It's all about efficiency, isn't it? So that's what the cost index is. This here, it's all about the flight computer, folks. Now, it can be quite rudimentary to get it to A to B. That's what I'm doing now. That's where I am. But I've got the A to B stuff sorted out. Let's hop headset. Back to the chat. Back to the chat. Incar said control E group to start the airplane. Yeah. Well, I couldn't do that now. First time chat from Flying Gamer Pages. Good flight, sir. Well, thank you, Flying Ramp. Can I call you Flying Ramp? Welcome, by the way. And you're also asking, Flying Ramp, do you think the Fenix performance problems have been fixed? I'm having absolutely no problems whatsoever. They did have an update right after update 10. And that, I would imagine, has fixed a lot of problems that people may have been having. We've got TCS ducks with us, folks, giving us an escort. Because we are flying after all over Canada. And, you know, the Canadians can get upset with the sound, you know. I don't know what I said there, but the Canadians are actually pretty cool. They're normal. Except for Trudeau, who was not normal at all. They've got a bottle in their hands in Canada. You know, the truck drivers were on strike. And they had a bank account set up to support the truck drivers. The government shut down the bank account. Yeah. It's shocking. Jesus. Back to the cabins. Don't get political. Rudin the Great says, Sim Fantastic convinced me to install DCS World last night. It's going to be an expensive month. Now, Rudin the Great, I have to say DCS World is absolutely brilliant. And DCS Ducks is helping me with it. We will be looking for a gang. DCS Ducks has been incredibly helpful. Now, DCS Ducks, I paused it for a while because once a week we'd go on and he'd teach me some stuff, and I need to get streaming. So I said, look, I'm gonna get the Airbus sorted out, and the 747 or DC Airbus, right? And then I'm going to go back to the day we had set. If DCS Ducks will be in the mood after that, I hope he will. And then maybe we can stream DCS World. But the problem with DCS World, not everyone can join in. But look, it's expensive to have a server. But I think I want to do it anyway. So DCS World, you will not regret it. If you have VR as well, it's like wow in VR. It's absolutely incredible in VR, it really is. So you're in for a good time. Yeah, Big Al's flying, saying he's getting up to 76 frames per second in his sim now. That's fantastic. So now, Big Al, what you can do is, if you're getting 76 frames per second, you can ramp up those graphics. Because think about this: when you're watching a movie, it's a 24 point something, let's say 25 frames a second, believe it or not. You know, so you can ramp it up. I have mine set at 30 frames a second, so I ramp up the graphics so I get 30 frames a second. And no one complains about that at all. It's very, very smooth and very, very quick. Wheels up, welcome. Oh god, here we go again. This is not me, because I've got a very fast internet speed. It's just Microsoft problems, really, isn't it? Their server. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. Red guard, yeah, might as well just put the that's when I discovered that wasn't an error, it was the brightness of the screens, and I had to restart the sim. Yeah, I should have put the change delivery back to what it was, the Canada one. Yeah, how long was I at the gate? 14 minutes. Yeah, I gotta speed that up. Microsoft, would you please stop that? Let's get the camera working again. I'm back. I'm reading the comments here. Re-pitch, sounds like you didn't set the trim for takeoff. Oh yeah, I wanted to see if it set it automatically. I forgot about that bit. It wouldn't let me physically change the trim, but I'm wondering when I taxied, would it automatically do it? Flight time, we're now looking at 40 minutes, less than 40 minutes. Stop. In-car is also getting the disconnection too, so it's just the Microsoft servers is what's happening there, folks. Oh, Canada has an 18,000 feet transition level. Okay, it's not like US. Thank you very much for that. That's from Rumco. Rumco, thank you very much and welcome. By the way, welcome again. So I should have set it back to the QNH. I didn't know. I guessed 10,000 feet. Good God. Thank you, Clappy D, for putting in the Discord. I put in the Discord into Twitch as well. So for those of you watching on Twitch, you can join the Discord. I put it on YouTube again just for giggles. Join our Discord. Everyone's very friendly and very helpful. Sean Delaney is asking, have I noticed any frame rates hits with the FSLTL add-on? No. I haven't. It's smooth as ice. You know, now it wasn't very busy in Quebec there. I don't know if it's a very busy airport. Let's hop in here and check things out. Well, I know I could be going to China. Oh, we're good. No, it's you know, smooth as ice so far. Here we go. Charlie Yankee Tango Zulu. We are... Let's go to flight plan. 263 miles out, so we've got a bit to go. Now, I did say we're now at our cruising altitude of 30,000 feet, okay? So, I said we'd play with the index, right? So, we've got, what are we, 310 knots roughly? 300 odd knots, right? 302.5 knots indicated here, okay? So, let's change the cost index to 5. See, we're slowing down now. So we're burning less fuel, but it'll take longer to get there. See that? Well, that's the airline set that. So I want to get there as fast as I can. So I'm going to go to 99. And you'll see it accelerating back up now. See, it accelerates back up now. So that's pretty cool. It's going up to just above 300 knots. So that's your index, folks. What's all that mess down there? That's just the waypoint we passed. So here, Ghost Squadron, greetings, Ghost Squadron on YouTube. Sean Delaney says, thanks, I have the 3080 and I'm getting a lot of stuttering at the airport. Sean, did you update your NVIDIA drivers? I did that. And I was going, oh, this doesn't work at all. And I didn't update my NVIDIA drivers. Go into NVIDIA Experience, isn't it? See if that works for you. Let me know if you've done that, because that was my problem. Wheels up, greetings. He says, I only have a 2060, which is actually more than sufficient, by the way, wheels up. But it's the best I can get right now. 55 frames a second. You don't need 55. 30 is more than enough. You know, it's as long as it's not choppy as you watch it, I guess. That's just my opinion, though. Ian Pollard, Sean, I get about a 10% drop in frame rate. Oh, really? I just updated my NVIDIA drivers now, so he's, you know. Now, here's the thing. This arrow here is from our top, is our descent, right? So we don't have an ILS here, so I don't know what's going to happen. So let's look at the plates. Let's get ready way ahead of time. Where's Novograph? Oh, Novograph is gone. Novograph. Let's get Novograph up working here. We are going to Charlie Yankee Tango Zulu? Toronto, sorry. Toronto, yeah. Toronto City. Approach. I think I have it set as so many windows. We're going into 2.6 to the localizer only. Now I don't know if the computer's going to manage that. I don't know what's going to happen with that because I always use the ILS. So I wonder will the computer manage that? I don't know. It might have to go manual. But the base altitude is... Oh, what's the base altitude? This is, I haven't seen one of these for a while. 10 miles out. 1,500 feet. Okay. I'm going to stick it to 2,000 feet. I'll give myself plenty of time. I would imagine it's a radar vector job, no? So let's check the frequency. 265 is the approach course and 110.15 is the it's a frequency. Let's go to rod nav. 110.15, 110.15. Yes, that's correct. The course is 265 and the course is 265. So that matches up. Happy days. Good. Does the computer manage all the rest of this? I don't know. So before I forget, I'm going to set this down to 2,000 feet for our descent. Now, I'm a little bit grey here because usually I've been setting it manually to descend. So that's not managed. No, don't touch it. I'm hoping. Now I want to descend at about. I'll show you how I calculate this. Let me get my calculator out. I'm going to just calculate when I should descend. Okay. And this is a rule of thumb. So we're 30,000 feet. So 30 multiplied by 3, that equals 90 miles, and at 10, so 100 miles out I should be descending to get down. So I have a feeling this is going to be a manual, very much a manual approach. You know, now I wonder is the reason when I'm applying back pressure. Look at the trim there. Do I have to set that or anything for approach? Let's have a look. Arrival performance. Apply meter 1028. QH. That's all fine. Nothing new there. Let's see if we can get the settings organized to make this little machine a little bit brighter, shall we? Yeah, see, it went all the way down. Well, maybe I did update it in all fairness, didn't I? So that's as bright as that will go. Flight mode, what's that? That's flight mode. Oh, that switches it off. Flight mode. Navigraphs connected. Chart mode default. Okay. So we figured out the brightness issue. That's a little better for y'all. Well, let's have a read of the checklist here. Cruise, check ecom, check weather, check approach. Let's do the weather thing first. Let's put it in to our. So we've done the rod nav. We got all the right frequencies. Let's go to performance. Cruise. Just say there. Activate approach phrase. I don't know when to activate that, I have to be honest with you. Approach. Okay, so QNH. I get my phone off, weather off the phone, because it's going to be accurate for the sim. Isn't it great there? Everything is matched up. The QNH I set at Toronto, Charlie Yankee Tango Zulu. QNH is 1028. 1028. Pressure setting. Good. Temperature in Toronto is 14 degrees. Wind on the ground is 250 at 6 knots. Transition level 18,000 feet. Oops. I've got to forget that. I know what I'm like. Sorry, I'm putting in the bar here 200 feet. Well, it's not a position of approaches, so we'll go 400. Just guessing there. It does have it on the flight plan. Let's get the flight plan up. Japers. Oh, damn, just pretend 400 feet there. 4. Damn you, dear. 4 0 0. 4 0 0. Okay. Landing config. I'm not too sure about that. Config 3. Full. Oh yeah, full flaps. So land full flaps. Great. So that's the approach done, and that's the weather put in for the approach, and then the rest of the go around. The go around. Yeah, okay. Let's look at the chat here. In-car says it's nice and clear over the air filter this. I was hoping for it. Well, I thought I'd do the Canada thing. No, I just thought I'd do it for shits and giggles. It's very bad weather here. It's actually cleared up quite a bit. Okay, so do we still have our friends with us? Let's go out and see. Let's just check that we're not gonna overstep something. We are 80 miles plus change to our top of descent, or to our descent. Yeah, top of descent, isn't it? Let's have a look outside for some eye candy. There is DCS ducks following us again. I'm going to remove my camera from some eye candy. Let me just straighten the camera for you. Get rid of my face for the moment. Let's see if we can tag up and see the others. Lonely Reaper is in the F-35 plane behind us. And that's DCS ducks. I know that in the FA-18. DCS ducks is an expert at the FA-18. Can't see the others yet. Happy days. So, Sean Delaney says, I believe you have to activate the approach phase when you get to the magenta dot on your primary display. That's the best answer I've got so far during my little journey this week. Now, which magenta dot? I did see one, you know, and it's a dot with no, I don't know what H means there. Oh, there's some traffic there. See? There's traffic ahead, 6,000 feet above me. There's one at my same level. Is that DCS ducks? That's probably DCS ducks. And then one behind. That's the boys. Really good. Don't forget to hit the like button. And if you're interested, subscribe. Big Al saying, can't get my autopilot working. Keeps pushing me to the right like it was doing to you over the Greenland. Yes, that happened to me in that long 13 and a half hour flight. How did I fix that? Yeah, I had to come out of the sim and back in. And what are you flying there, Big Al's? 350 Sim Pilot says the magenta D is where the approach phase will auto activate. Thank you. So it'll auto activate. No. Oh yeah, that's quite close to the runway. Okay. So it'll I don't have to. So why does it say activate approach phase? It's going to do it automatically. Do you know? No, I'm not too sure if this will take us down. So what I'm thinking is, I'm guessing that when I get to here, right, this will kick in here, the altitude. That'll start descending down to 2,000 feet. There's another contrail there. There's two contrails, look. There's red cap. See the contrail? So that program is great just for that. That brings a bit of life into the sim, doesn't it? Is there any sun visors in this, folks? No. It'd be nice because what's happening is it focuses the view so you can see outside and it darkens the cockpit. Well, watch this. When I zoom into the cockpit then, it gets brighter, you know, which is very well done. So I want to descend 100 miles out. We're now 54 miles to go before we need to descend by rule of thumb. Let's see much work out. So descend to the checklist. It says FCU altitude, set and push. So I have to actually push. When I get to here, I have to set it, which you have, and I have to push it. Okay. So it's not automatic necessarily, is it? And it hasn't been so far. 350 SimPilot says you can manually activate approach phase if you want to decelerate sooner. Manage speed will decelerate you to the green dot speed in order for you to start extending flaps. Okay, cool. I actually ended up doing that. I think I had to take over manually one day, which is fine. That's good to know. Thank you, 350 SimPilot. People like yourself really help out. Don't forget to hit the like button though, folks. You know. DCS Ducks, I say, is flying manually. And he's doing a really good job in the FA-18. A bit of a victory roll there for DCS Ducks. Very well done. And he kept in formation. I'm trying to tag up DCS Ducks, but I won't show your name. Let's have a look at Twitch comments now. Actually on YouTube, Hudson King, Chavez, yo, I have a question. Shoot, Hudson King. Shoot away. I'll answer your question, no problem. And so on everybody else if I don't get to it. Skyhawk61, greetings to you. And he says, they say, finally landed this morning at 1:30 after replicating your transatlantic flight all day yesterday. Oh yes, I remember you said that. Chose the wrong aircraft. The King Air was too slow against the wind. Never mind, it was fun. Well done, Skyhawk. It's a real tough one, isn't it? It's a real tough one. 13 hours the TBM, which goes a lot faster. So Hudson King on YouTube says, when I practice a short final with the Fenix A320, it starts on the ground and not on the air, in the air. Yes, there is a way to do a short final. Now I can't come out of the menu now. I can't come out to the main menu, but there is a way of doing it. Yes. I'm trying to remember now. Does anyone remember where the menu is? It's right there. It's just, you gotta look for it a little bit. You can say start on approach. And you can do it over and over again, Hudson King. It's on the upper, you know when you say your departure runway and your arrival runway? It's up around there in the menu. Remind me, Hudson King, will you, when we land? When we land, and I've done the replay of the landing, remind me. Just put a whole load of exclamation marks. Yeah, I know what you mean, because you can start it on the ground, at the gate or wherever, in the parking area, or you can start it in the air. I know what you're saying. You want to practice your approaches over and over again. Is that right? Yeah, I know what you mean. And I just need to see the menu because I don't know it off by heart. You know, let's put the camera back on. But it is there because I did it, and I should do it a bit more often, to be honest with you. Let's check our situation. But do remind me when you get in the ground and I'll show you the menu. Interesting story says... Interesting name. Are you going to cause a stir flying a jet into Charlie Yankee Tango Zulu? Yeah. Hopefully this is the right runway. This should be Toronto City. Oh, buttons. Oh, she's got something. She's doing something. Emergency. Producer Buttons is acting up. This is what happens. I think I'm going to get a treat for Producer Buttons very, very quickly, folks. She's not going to stop until she gets a treat. She knows what she's doing. It's a whole pride. She does. During the streams only. Come on, Producer Buttons. Let's get a treat. Come on. There you go, Producer Buttons. She won that battle very easily. Oh. Right, I'm back. Okay. Descent. So I'm going to give it a second to see if it does it automatically. Big Al's flying. Okay, I seem to have trimmed the plane without the autopilot. Yeah, I couldn't fly with the autopilot. That was a disaster for me. I thought they would have fixed that bug with update 10. It doesn't happen all the time. In fact, that's the only time it happened to me. You know? So we're coming down to our approach. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. Lonely Reaper says, that's a Skyhawk, so that's what you were doing last night. Doing a transatlantic flight. It's quite a challenge. And I really failed. Because I got up. Because Producer Buttons went crazy. So I got up to let her out. And I came back and the airplane was in the water. And you know why? There's our turn. Because I was in the climb. And it wasn't auto throttle. It was the TVM. And I hadn't reached the top of the climb. Of course, as you got higher, the air gets less dense, and it just kept, the autopilot kept raising the nose, and it just stalled, and just went into the sea. But you see, it didn't stall correctly, because usually stall this in an aircraft, when the nose lowers, because the center of gravity is forward. Maybe it had a rear center of gravity. I don't think so, but the nose goes down, airspeed builds up. There's downforce of the tail. Nose goes up, and eventually it'll turn into wind and go straight and level. Yeah, that's how it should be, and it's just the flight model at the time. I must try it again actually and see what happens. You know. Oh, so we're coming up. Now, do I have to activate it? We're right at it. See, they are. I got to activate it. Boom. Now I'm going to start descending. There is the altitude dot there. So I should have slowed down perhaps. I'm putting a few brakes out there. So now too high. I'll fix it. So there's a procedure. See the air brakes there sticking out? So this happens to me a bit. It's not descending enough at all. So I'm going to go to a manual descent. Oh. I'm looking at this tiny little green dot here, see it? So I should have decelerated. That's the deceleration phase. Now I remember. So we should have been at 220 before we got there. And then we would have been on track, isn't it? SimPilot 350 SimPilot says the Airbus doesn't descend automatically at the hockey stick descent icon. You'll need to manually push or roll the altitude knob on the FMC panel. Okay. Well, that's what I did, isn't it? I think. You see, we can't slow down a lot. Because we're descending so fast, but that's okay. What's that squiggly line coming up here? See that little squiggly line? I've got to look this up, folks. I did spend some time looking at videos for ages there. Was it the night before last or last night? It was last night. All hours. Let's increase our edge descent. We are 72 miles away. More drag. I've got as much drag out as I can put out, Mr. Computer. So I stuffed up. I forgot about the deceleration phase. Now my ATPLs are coming back to me. Interesting story says the airport I'm going to is a bespoke airport for Microsoft Flight Simulator and it looks good. Charlie Yankee Zulu is the big international airport. If that's what you were looking for, good stream either way. They're not going to be so realistic, the streams. I chose the wrong airport. A bit more challenging, a bit more fun, you know. I was just... There we go. Brakes off. We are now at our point here. See? We're back on profile. So I don't know what's going to happen at 350 SimPilot. Would it actually take us in with ORNAV and the GPS, etc.? Or we'll see. We are now at 21,000 feet and we are 66 miles out. It'll get more realistic with time. So oh yes, 350 SimPilot says the lightning symbol is when you will intercept the compute descent profile with half speed brakes. Your descent profile is also shown on the MCD program page. Oh great, that's another learning curve I'm gonna have to master. It says skyline looks great when you are heading. Nice to see Canada. It is. Look at the weather there, it just looks fabulous. Just that slight mist. So we're back on, so that's what the lightning symbol means. And we're back on profile, great. Let's put it in anyway. We're not in range yet. We now have more drag already? Is that an old message? That could be confusing. It's not trying to slow down anyway. Okay, so we're a little bit high. More drag. Okay, let's slow down a bit more. SimPilot, it's a good idea to arm the auto brake. If you have a choice of lower medium, the auto brake buttons are located above the clock and the center panel. Yes, that's what. Thank you. I should really be getting to my checklist. And I have the controller thing here, so it will only go to medium. There we go. It's on. Let's get to the checklist. Descent, altitude set, safety belt signs on. What altitude are we? 18,000 feet. We need to go to QNH. Boom. It was 1028 last time I checked now. Let's double check that now on the way down. We'll get that again. QNH is now set. We're below transition. Safety belt signs on. Let that brake off now. Let's not forget about the brake. that's 10,000 feet, isn't it? The lights. Where was I? Seatbelt sign on. Anti-ice off. I don't think so. Depends, isn't it? Barometric reference set when we're on 10,000 feet, landing lights on. So 10,000 feet is the next thing. I've got to do something. Are my constraints on? Yes, they are. 14. Cockpit. Cockpit. Will I make 14,000 feet? I don't think so. I'm on profile though. See the magenta line? That's my restriction. I'm going to get a speeding ticket. Okay, it's going well. It's going well. It looks like we'll make our 14,000 feet just right there. 400 feet to go. And right pretty much bang on. Okay, it's 20 feet too high, but it's not. That's incredible. Let's double check the QNH. QNH 1028. Let's update it. Checking the weather here in Toronto. 1028. Good. We are now 46 miles out. Altitude now 13,000 feet. Standard ILS approach, no. RNAV, visual approach, visual. MD mode, rose nav. Range 10 nautical miles. Altitude 1,500 feet. Flaps 1 at 10 miles out. Flaps 2 at 8 miles out. End of downwind, timing gear down. Flaps 3. Base leg. We're going to go straight in. We're going to go straight in. That straight into Toronto City. We'll see if we can stop in time, shall we? Let's have a look outside again. Oh, our tags are back up. Great. Do you see the I just love that. That's the traffic we've got all the way through this flight. We have had our there's 3 of them now. I can see aircraft in the air. There's our boys. There's CCS ducks. There's Big Al's flying. Tommy Lee Crab. And Red Cap in car in the Concorde. And our friend here who is Lonely Reaper in the jet. I think it's the F-35 or something like that. So you can see the contrails there. There's 3 contrails there. You can even see their lights and stuff. That looks really cool. Very pleased about that. Obviously where that big bunch of tags are where we're going to. So, all good. So, are we at 10,000 feet yet? That's the question. Yes, okay. Let's pop on the lights now. Oh, they're on already. Did I not retract them? I thought I put those off, no? On now anyway. Okay, so I'm preparing myself for a visual approach. We've got 35 miles to go. And we're 10,000 feet. Anything else we need to do? No, nothing. Nothing I can think of. 1028 is still the same. Everything's still the same. So we're good. 33 miles now to go. I'm going to declutter for eye candy purposes. Anything else I should do there, Simponish? Anything else off the strobe? I don't have the strobe in here. Constraints. Strobe not an auto. The strobe should be on. Correct. It's not in this checklist. No, it's not in the checklist here. Landing gear, auto, it must be. Landing gear down, no, it's before that. Yeah, the strobe should have been on all the time. When you switch that off when I exit the runway. That's what happens. You don't read the checklist. Thank you. That was from WTF Dylan Z. 350 Sim Pilot says a good rate for you is a good gate for you to remember in the Airbus is to be at the green dot speed at 5,000 feet with 20 miles to go. Okay. Restricted coming up to 7,000 feet. We're going to make it. I should remember in your Airbus is to be at the green dot speed at 5,000 feet with 20 miles to go. 26. I've got the green dot. I'm too fast. Let's slow down. Let's use the brakes. So I'm too fast. Taking up one of our last turns. Doesn't seem to want to descend anymore. I thought I was too fast, but the arrow should be pointing down, isn't it? That was my mistake. So I caused a bit of discomfort there to the old passengers with the... I only put down half that, didn't I? The old school bugs. Oh, let's just hate that. Bug up. I remember doing that in the sim. To slow down, you can activate approach phase and you can select speed by... Of course. So that's the thing, actually, sim. When did you say do I activate the approach phase? I'll activate it now, will I? To slow down, you can activate the approach phase and you can select speed by pulling the speed knob. Yes, I can do that. Leave it and manage to see what happens. I've used... I learned that sim pilot, 350 sim pilot, when I got into trouble. I go, oh, I have to do it manually, and I figured it out, which is great. That's what I used to get out of trouble. So we are now in approach. Oh, I have to confirm it. Oops. Now we're in approach phase. Now it's going to slow down. Ten, 18 miles out. Yeah, we're slowing down. No problems. Not too high then. Right. So we're about 5,000 feet, and about what are these called? Those two dots, profile dots. I don't know. So let's have a look. 20 miles out. We're coming on to final now shortly. Now will the autopilot take us down in this scenario? When there's no ILS, I presume so. GPS. It's just going to be like the whole flight. You know? 350% pilot. To slow down, you can activate the approach phase. Oh yeah, sorry about that already. Jake Brexit. Does the Chairbus have a DN enabled in the sim? DN? DN? Does the Airbus have a DN enabled in the sim? What does DN mean? 350 sim pilot, you can now arm your localizer on the FCDU. Oh, it should be... oh yeah. Oh yes. There we go. Thank you. What does that do, actually, the localizer? I know it's for the VOR. So I can activate approach phase, I think, eh? Because I'm getting... I'm not getting any distance here from the radio here. I'm 110.5. We're probably still out. Oh, so I can. Okay, so usually I wait until it's there below the first dot, you know, but I can do it now anyway. I usually wait for the dot to come below here. Oh, it's a little bit late turning here. So I wait for the diamond for the glide slope to come down below the first dot, and it's in the first dot here, which is 5 degrees, isn't it? So I'll arm approach phase now. To hell with it. Doesn't make a difference. So now we're in approach phase. So great. Okay, so it's using the GPS to land, is it? And or nav effectively. So now we're descending. Let's keep an eye on where we are now. It's not giving me any distance there. Oh, it is. What? Okay, miles that can't be much. Okay, let's get ready now. Fox, what? Where's the runway? It's not giving me distance. 7 miles. Flaps 2. See it in my friends. Have I chosen the wrong place? Have I chosen... There it is, there. Is it off here? Please be there. What if I chose by mistake a... Here down. What if I chose by mistake... you know, a seaplane landing? I can't see a runway, I'm getting nervous. Gears down. Oh god, I nearly forgot to set the recorder. Where's the recorder? Recorder, come on, let's go. Recording. Let's get back in. Drop it down again to 2, to 3. Jesus.
1,000.
Flaps full. Run profile a little bit low. There's the runway. There's the runway there. Feet on pedals. Paper out of the way. Autopilot. Can't see a thing. 900 feet. A little bit offset. It's like coming to London City here.
500.
Okay, 500 feet. Autopilot off. I look foolish. So I didn't choose it. Try and change direction. Stop beeping at me. I don't know what that is. Just stop in time, don't worry. Hard landing. Reverse on. Stop. 80 knots, reverse off. We stopped in plenty of time. We stopped in plenty of time. But you stop banging at me. Easy. Let's exit off and then clean up the aircraft, and we're going to have a look at the we're going to have a look at the the recording of the landing. That was fun. I got nervous there because I couldn't see anything, and I was going, have I chosen you know, one of those float plane ports, you know? I was getting nervous. So we're going to come to a halt here at the taxiway. So it's Toronto looks fantastic. Wow. Let's brake here and put on the parking brake. Let's have a quick look at Toronto here. That looks absolutely stunning. That reminds me of Australia, which is also one of the best cities on the planet. Toronto is bigger than I thought. Look at that. This is the new scenery that they've added. Well, that looks absolutely insane. It's a big place. What's that, a stadium in there? And the approach coming in with the smog or the haze was absolutely stunning. You know, that was really, really good. I thought I chose, I made a boo-boo. I thought that was international. It's not, but that's okay. So that's absolutely fantastic. Very short runway. Very, very, that was a fascinating approach now, I have to say. That had me going. Let's clean up the airplane. Let's get this, let's park, let's get up to a gate, and let's get the flaps are up. The spoilers are retracted, and we want to runway lights off, strobe off. I think we'll turn on the runway turn on, we'll see, and the nose lights goes to taxi, I know that much. Safety belts, we'll leave them on. Transponder to standby, and TCAS to standby. Get the checklist out. We'll park up somewhere. Surprise! Yeah. 35th, fine, and we want the weather radar off. Oh, that's the... Oh, we don't have a weather radar, do we? Oh, we do. Oh, we have predicted wind shear now. Oh, that wasn't in the last version. Okay. That system, that's off there. Okay, fine. Flaps are up already. TCAS is already off. Transponder is already off. Predicted wind shear is also off now. Nose light to taxi. Did I get that right? Nose light to taxi. Yes, I did. A landing light off, which it is. Spoilers retracted. I have APU master on. APU master on. APU master start. And anti-ice is required, so we switch off the probe ice. And let's just park up and we'll have a look at the preview, shall we? So that was a very interesting flight. I think my landing was a lot better than the last one. They've obviously improved some bits and pieces. There we go. But that is fascinating approach coming into Toronto. That really was very interesting. So I have to say to you, at the beginning of this week, because now I'm not streaming till Sunday, that was my first week of Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and we're going to do Sunday at 2100 hours. So I'm streaming at 11 o'clock Irish time, and then 5 o'clock in the evening Irish time for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how much I learn. I'm going to start, hopefully now when I'm relaxing on Monday, I'm going to add more to the knowledge of flying the Airbus for shits and giggles, so I can get more fluent with it. So I'm very, it's, you know, it's hard because the simplest things, because people are saying online, the approach and the departures on SimBrief. I was going to myself, I was thinking, well, it isn't loaded into the flight plan, but you've got to put it in manually. That's one thing. So I'm quite pleased with that. Where will I park is the thing. You see, they don't get 77s in here. I'm thinking. Oh, the fuel trucks. They don't get 77s here, do they? What surprise! I'm here now. Going between these two here. We'll see if we can get stairs and trucks and stuff, will we? But yeah, that must be a fascinating approach for Toronto. I would imagine it's for light jets, the rich, you know, like London City. You know, I'm gonna park right at the front door here. Okay, I don't like. Is that a parking space there? No, that's the fuel. Let's just move forward a little bit. Oh, I thought the bike's too early. Come on. There we go. Very immersive. You feel, in a weird kind of way, in a you know, a weird kind of way, you're somewhere else when you land here. Okay, brakes on. Brake on. I'm not going to switch off the engines because let's see if we can get some stuff going here, just for shits and giggles, shall we? Ground surface is what I want. Ground surfaces. No, nothing there. So we'll get our stairs and all that kind of stuff and come back. Okay, so we're here. We're here, folks. Let's have a look at the replay. See how I did. Up here. I do 3 views, one on the way in, moving the camera a bit, then one to the side, and then one from a person standing. So resume replay. There we go. So as you can see from here, I couldn't see anything. So I was going, where the hell am I going? Where am I going? I couldn't see the runway. And that's the new update 10. Look at they've made it so realistic. They really have done a great job. Now I know I don't take the Airbus into that little airfield. I chose the wrong one by error, nearly. But it was a challenge all the same. And it was quite easy. Now I didn't look at the brake temperatures. There used to be a brake temperature thing there on the Airbus, no? So I took it over manual about here. And it looks like I'm offset a bit, see that? So you'll see me turn right here. At some point, oh, it's about 400 feet. There we go, now it's manual. Because it's an on-position approach, isn't it? So we're coming on. And coming back online. Onto the centre line. That must be a fantastic approach coming in. And let's have a look and see if that... It didn't feel like a hard landing. And I didn't feel any problems raising the nose this time. Look, here comes the nose. And... Whoop. That wasn't bad. 19 feet. That's the best one yet, folks. There's the reverse going on. 19 feet. So they fixed some stuff there, the Fenix, I feel. Now, I don't know if I updated from their last update, because there was an update, and I thought I was updating the actual... the installer for deliveries. So, it's working now anyway. So, what I'll do here usually, I'll show one from here. Zoom replay. Not even a bit of smoke. Now that says 369 feet per minute. So what's that about? It changes. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do the person standing on the side of the runway. Bear with me. It's a little bit finicky. Oh. So I'm going to place my camera here. And I'm going to go to the view. I'm going to disable follow drone. And I'm going to enable lock mode, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit. And we're going to watch it from first person perspective. There we go. Let our friend get out of the way. And resume replay. There we go. There we go. And we stopped in plenty of time. There we go, folks. Friday stream. I hope you're going out for a few pints tonight, folks. I hope you're going to have a good weekend. And I'd like to thank you all for joining me on this crazy madness. And hopefully I'll see you all next week. Thank you very much, Sean Delaney, who subscribed. And thank you for flying gamer pages, is it? And Big Al's flying. Thank you as well. And folks, you know what? Have a good weekend. I will see you on Sunday for our big stream at 2100 hours on Sunday. And then we're back to Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So thank you very much, everyone, for following and flying. There was something I forgot. Yes, there was. Oops, stand by. Someone had a question. Yes, I remember the question now. Who was it? I asked you to remind me. Oh, thank you very much, by the way, for deleting that chat there. Okay, so yeah, that was the question. The question was, I'll come out to the menu here, but just before I go, I'm going to go to the main menu. Can you do an approach? Who was it? Damn it, I can't remember who you were. You wanted to have an approach on final so you could practice your landings, right? So I hope you're still on, and I'm going to show you how to do that. Lonely Reaper, thank you for joining us. Jake Basksit, do you really want to turn on the reverse thrust on the front wheel? You don't really want to turn on reverse thrust until the front wheel hits the deck. Yeah, you're probably right there. I wonder, is that the case? You know. Thank you, Jake Basket. I missed your comment there. Does the oh, I remember there. Yeah, great. So now here's the thing, right? So there used to be an approach. Now here's how you do it if you want to do approach over and over again, right? You click on the runway you want to do the approach to, right? Click on it, and set that as arrival. Okay, remember that guy asked that question? Damn it, I can't remember your name. Forgive me. So if I hit set as arrival, that's all. And see, it puts me out here. Now hit fly. And now I remember how it's done. And that's how you do that. I'll just let it load up for you. Who was it? It was Hudson King, was it? It was Hudson King? Chavez? Yeah, he's probably gone now. But that's very handy anyway for those of you who don't know how to practice your landings over and over again. It's quite handy. It's a pity about the loading screen here, but it's better than doing a full circuit, you know. Some of your computers will be faster than others. But don't forget, you know, when you load the same scenery over and over again, it'll be quicker, you know. So let's just see how that loads, and then we leave you to it. And where's my mouse gone now? Big Al's Flying says, bedtime here, 4 a.m. For Big Al's. Have another flight with Oz Flight Simmer at 7:30. Oh, great. Oh, oh, it does put you on the ground. Okay, that's a problem then, isn't it? That's a problem. So it doesn't work anymore. So with update 10, they've created another bug. Brilliant. So sorry about Hudson King. It doesn't seem to work. I'll have a look during the week at some point because I'll need it. So folks, thank you very much. And I will see you Sunday at 2100 hours. And good luck this weekend. Have a great time. Have a happy Friday.